Good morning, guys. Today I'm going to do a fun video where I'm going to be testing 5 unusual or strange trout lures from other countries. Now, most of these are going to be from Japan because the Japanese love trout fishing and they also love very unusual lures. So to start with, we're going to start with this Daiwa Twig. And like the name implies, it looks very much like a stick. It has a segmented body with a lip and a weighted head, and then a single hook off the tail. So we're going to give each of these lures 20 or 30 minutes of fishing and see if I can't come up with something with them, and kind of give my thoughts on them. All right, so let's start with the Daiwa Twig. All right, it has enough weight that I can cast it a little bit. Definitely has good action. Ooh, there's trout. I might have to add a little split shot above it. It's pretty light. I can cast it about 20 or 30 feet. That would be nicer if I could cast it further. Definitely seems to have really good action when twitched slowly rather than a fast retrieve. Let's go and get a split shot. Put this about 2 foot above it. Okay. That should help with the casting distance. Plus, I think it'll help it get down that strike zone. There's a few fish feeding on the surface, but most of these fish are going to be feeding deeper. Oh, there's right. Oh, I just had a bite. That's the first bite of the day on the twig. Had twig bite. Keep trying. Alright, I'm going to try trolling the twig for 10 minutes or so. See if we can't get onto a fish. So I'll take it out about 50 feet behind the kayak. Oh, there's a bite. Just had a bite. Just a nibble. It's a very long lure, and there's only a tail hook, so it makes me wonder if this lure is susceptible to a lot of... Oh, there's a bite. There's a fish on. Got him. Well, there you go. Answers the question. It does work when trolled and twitched. On the twig. What do we got here? Oh yeah, little rainbow. Pretty fish. Not bad. Come here, Twiggy eater. Such a weird lure sticking out of his mouth. There we go, got him. There we go, got him on the twig, right in the corner of the mouth. Very beautiful rainbow. A little bit of copepods on the tail, but otherwise in pretty good shape. Single point barbless hook on the tail, so it comes off pretty easy. And we'll get that guy released. See you later, buddy. Alright, we got about 10 more minutes fishing the twig, so let's see if we can get one on a cast and retrieve. So we know it works on the troll. I like the action on it. I kind of wish there was a second hook somewhere further up by the bill, but I don't know how that would work in terms of action on the lure. Big one's behind me. Oh, there we go. There's fish. Gosh, he smashed that thing. This is a big fish. Holy smokes, this is a tank. The twig just got a fatty. Holy smokes, look at the size of this fish, guys. This is a really nice rainbow. Okay. He's like, man, I can't believe I fell for the twig. Oh, I'm tail chasing him. That's the wrong thing to do. Amateur move. The color on this rainbow is stunning. Okay. Come on, buddy. Gosh, I can't get his head turned this way. No? God, what? That thing is a tank. Look at this fish, guys. This thing is huge. Wow. Look at that fish. What a football. That is awesome. Alright, I'm gonna get this one going. What an awesome fish. Look at the size of that tank. Alright, let's get him going. That was awesome. That was awesome. Alright, well, we can safely say that the twig is a fatty catcher. Let's move on to our next lure. Okay, so next up is the Dart Magic from Jackson, also a Japanese lure. It's a very strange lure. It's got, it's like a resin lure, and it's not very colorful. It's kind of a brown with a little bit of chartreuse in it. It kind of looks like a dried chicken turd after the chickens get in my garage and eat some of my plastic beads, and then they poof them out in the driveway and they dry out. But it's got 2 hooks. It's not designed to be retrieved straight. It's a twitching lure. They said on a slow retrieve, the Dart Magic has virtually no action. However, once you apply varying degrees of twitches, you will see amazing dart movements. Well, let's test it out, see if we get some amazing trout results. Let's see if Dart Magic produces some results. Ooh, it's very darty. I'll give them that much. A little bit heavier too, which is something I appreciate. They make a 5-gram version too, which I couldn't find. It was all sold out. So I'm just fishing the 3-gram version. If I can cast this much further. It darts side to side almost like 1 or 2 feet at a time. So it's a very high action lure. I don't know if trout are going to go for that or not, but we'll see. It's a lot for them to keep up with. Maybe if I make smaller twitches, it'll do shorter twitches side to side. I'm only fishing in a couple feet of water here, so pretty much have to put some action on it as soon as it hits the water. It's got a hook on the tail and a hook on the top, and one on the top seems to get tangled quite a bit. I'm gonna try shorter twitches. There it is. That's what it took, shorter twitch. This looks like another nice one. On the dart. Dart coming through. There's lots of weeds out here. Oh, this is another nice fish. Man, beautiful rainbows up here right now. Wow. Ooh. There we go. The dart puts one in the boat. There's the dart coming away with a fish for us. You can see got him on the top hook actually, not the bottom hook. That's pretty cool. It's a nice rainbow. Really good colors on it. On the dart. Alright, let's get that guy going. Come here, buddy. Really pretty rainbow. Healthy looking. See you later, buddy. I've still got another 7 or so minutes of fishing the dart. Let's see if we can't get another nice fish on it. We've had a couple bites and hooked up that nice fish. So the shorter twitches were doing better, getting strikes. Rather than so the more you twitch, the wider it'll go from side to side. I suppose makes sense. The big ones are all moving around together. Oh, there's another tank. Yeah, we're gonna head over that way for sure. Oh, there we go, there's fish. Another nice one. Oh, Twig! Did a nice jump there. Oh, yeah. The dart. The dart is an awesome lure. I think I'm gonna get some more of these darts. I imagine the 5-gram ones would be killer. There's another 2 or 3 pound fish. Wow, what a chunkster. Dang. Dang. Woo, look at that thick fish, guys. That thing is just a beast. Woo-wee, look at that chunkster. All right, let's get him going. See ya. Wow, dart, definitely my top one so far. Just because I love that having that ability to cast like really far and cover a lot of water. You just end up getting more fish that way. You're just covering more water per cast. Okay, so we definitely like the Jackson dart, and I've got a second Jackson lure here called the Jackson Magic. It's almost like an inverted mini blade bait for trout. It can be fished with 2 different attachment points on the bottom or on the top in terms of the where you clip in, and it has 2 single point barbless hooks. I'm not sure how to fish this yet. It describes it says is it a resin based lure that creates sonic vibrations from traditional metals inside the lure. There are 2 weights, a 2-gram and a 3-gram. There are 2 toe points or attachment points, and will give you different vibrations. So let's give it a shot. Trying out the Jackson Magic. The Japanese use these little micro duo locks, which I love for trout fishing because a lot of the duo locks here in the United States are terrible. They're oversized for what we do. Oh, it fishes like a little blade bait. Oh, it looks so deadly. There's no way this is not going to catch fish. It's heavy too. I can cast it a long, long way. Oop, there's fish. Got it. Didn't take long. I knew it wouldn't. Nice little rainbow. On the Jackson Magic. Gorgeous fish. Nice rainbow. There you go. You can see that lure down in there. Just a little tiny silver blade bait lure. Got him. Alright, well, we still got about 10 minutes to fish this thing. And we got a fish like on the 3rd cast. Which didn't shock me because I've caught many. Oh, there's another bite. Caught many bigger rainbows on blade baits when I'm jigging for walleye. There's another one. Oh man, it's another tank. Ooh, he came off. Man, I can huck this thing so far. It's got such a small profile, a lot of weight. Oh, that thing must be huge. He hammered it. It's running at me. Oh, it's another giant. It's another giant. Crazy. Crazy how many of these pigs I'm getting today. Dragging the kite. This is awesome fishing. Wow. Man, these fish are so strong. Into the net, thanks, buddy. Wow. Another fatty. See, he's got that thing. One thing I don't like about how small it is that it does tend to get him a little bit deeper, but thankfully it's barbless hooks. It pops right out. Man, that's another fat fish. Gorgeous. Okay, so next up I have this thing called the DECA bung, which is going to be the strangest lure I fished today. It's from a company called Timon, I'm not sure. And I believe it's supposed to imitate a like trout marshmallow or power bait ball type lure. And it just slow falls. It has kind of like a strange shape like a bung on a, like you would use on top of a barrel or a bucket or something to plug it up. And it's very light, it only weighs 1.3 grams, so I'll have to put some split shot. And the whole idea is that that bung is supposed to sort of parachute down slowly. They're very brightly colored, although some of them are colored like the pellets of fish feed. So I think these are supposed to be designed for, like, you know, hatchery raised fish that are accustomed to seeing a floating food coming down to them. So very strange lure. Let's see if we can actually catch something on it. I've watched some videos in Japanese and tried to translate as best I could, and most of them just cast it out, let it fall, watch their line, and then they lift it up off the bottom and let it fall again all the way back towards them. I'm basically going to cast it out and kind of keep an eye on the line, see if a fish picks it up. And then once it gets to the bottom, I'll lift. I think that, and then you let it fall again. You lift, let it fall again. I think that's the best strategy. Trout are very visual, so if they see something bright, they'll investigate. This one's definitely more prone to getting snagged up on the bottom. I'm gonna head out to deeper water. I feel like a longer fall. This is a lure that's designed to be a bit on the fall. Seems like out here in like 10 foot of water or deeper, it falls for a long time because it's so slow because of that shape. And if I didn't have a split shot on there, it'd probably fall even slower. And that might be key to getting it to bite, but I just don't feel like I can cast it far enough. I might have to like fish 2-pound mono or something on it. I got 5-pound braid on here, which is pretty narrow diameter line. But I just haven't had a bite yet. Getting lots of weeds. Alright, this is the last cast with the bung. Never a bite, never a follow. DECA bung fail. Okay, and the last lure of the day is going to be from Australia. This is the Tasmanian devil, and I actually went to Tasmania and trout fished there. It's very popular. There's lots of browns and rainbows there. This is a through line lure. This is a 7 gram. I think they have various versions of different weights. And then it comes with beads and treble hooks, although I'm going to run a single Siwash today. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it's like a lead body lure with plastic wings on it that causes it to flutter, I believe. I've never actually fished one. But we'll see how well they do today. They come in lots of different colors, and let's see if these guys can catch some fish. They're very heavy, so I should be able to cast it a long way. I can definitely cast this thing far. That's the heaviest lure I've fished today. Oh, there's one. A little guy. Just a little guy. Hit it right at the kayak. All right. Nice. Healthy little rainbow. All right, so there's one on the Tassie Devil. Just a little guy. Proof of concept. There you go. Still got about 7 minutes of fishing the Tassie. Let's see if we can find a fatty on the Tassie. Oh, there's another one. Another little guy. Found where all the dinks are hanging out, but gotta have dinks to get fatties. Ooh, there we go. There's a hit. Decent. Pretty little rainbow. Oh, very nice fish. See ya. Alright, so we got 2 more minutes to see if we can find a really big rainbow like we've been finding. Notice I've had to kind of periodically get that spoon hook reoriented correctly on here. Kind of wants to spin around it and rotate. I kind of like if you retrieve this thing fast, it kind of spins, but if you do just like a slow, steady retrieve, it really has a nice wobble to it. Like, it seems like it would do really well in sort of my typical trout trolling speeds of 1.5 to 2 miles per hour. Just kind of a steady action, I think, actually gives this lure better action, whereas the 2 Jackson lures really depended on the angler to impart the action. The dart requires you to twitch the rod tip or alter your retrieval rate, and the Dart Magic is basically a blade bait, and so is the Daiwa Twig. It's very much a twitch bait as well. Whereas this one, I like the action on it when it's just a slow and steady retrieve. There we go. Oh yeah, it's a pig. Oh, he came off. That thing was a giant. Oh, he's still there. He's still there. Oh, that was a different one. Hit it. That's funny. That first one I hit it was a pig, and it popped off, and I think this one got snagged up on it. Come here, buddy. Come here. Just a little guy. Just trying to take it from that fatty. Got me wrapped up in the weeds. One of the things that I don't like about this one is the lure can slide up and down the line, and it actually creates a little bit of opposing pressure on these barbless hooks, and they're able to throw this one just a little bit easier. I think if I was using barbed hooks and the trebles that come with it, it probably would be less of a concern, but alright, I'm going to make this my last cast with the Tassie Devil, and I'm actually going to switch back up just for a few minutes to that Dart lure and just see if the more erratic action is producing more fish. So I'd say today my number one favorite lure out of the 5 I fished today was this Jackson Dart that I'm fishing now. Ooh, there's another bite. I just like it for its castability, its unique action, its versatility. It's really unlike any other lure I've ever fished for trout. So I definitely want to add this one to my tackle box. I think they even make heavier versions, and I'm going to look at adding a few of these to my permanent kit. Second will be the other Jackson lure, which was the Jackson Magic, which was essentially a little bit modified and compressed blade bait, a vibration blade bait. Oh, there's fish right there. Look at that. They love this dart. They'll hit this thing all the way right back to the kayak. But I loved that blade bait just because, again, it's very small, it's compact, you can cast it a long way, you cover a lot of water really, really quickly. And I think that was the one reason I didn't really like the Daiwa Twig, which I caught some nice fish on, but it just didn't have enough weight. And I think they might make a version with a slightly heavier head, but I feel like it would need to be, 2 or 3 times heavier, and I know that they don't have them in that weight class. Number 4 would be the Australian Tasmanian Devil, which I really like the action. Oh, there's another fish. It's crazy. This dart is nuts how many fish you can catch on it. I liked the Tassie Devil. I think it's more of a troll lure. It seemed to have best action at slow and steady retrieves. So if you're looking for something to troll, it looked pretty good. In fact, it looked like it might be a fairly effective kokanee lure with the amount of action it had on it to add a relatively slow troll speed. And then the final is that bung, the DECA bung, and I never did get a fish to hit it. Maybe the fish here just aren't as habituated to pellet feeding and power bait as maybe some other fisheries would be, but I just never could get anything to follow it or bite it, and I could go right back over those areas with other lures and catch fish, so I'm gonna give that one a big fail. But I was really intrigued to try, because I fish blob flies, which on the fall, a blob fly, which is just a brightly colored lure that falls slowly, will often attract a trout's attention, but I think that DECA bung just didn't do. Oop, there's another bite. Doesn't do a very good job of getting their curiosity. I think if it had some. Oh, there's another fish right there at the boat. Ooh, this is a big one. It's a big one. Look at that tank. Man. Well, this will be a nice way to end the day. I love that sound. You can tell when it's a big fish, that it's a lot deeper sound. You can feel all that depth in their body. Woo! Not surprised to catch another big one on this dart, man. This thing has just been a big fish catcher all day. Jeez. Whew, what a tank. What a tank. And he's off. And it didn't take much. Well, that's going to do it for me. And I've been catching some giants on these really cool international trout lures. I'll put links to all of them below. See this guy going? See ya. And I'll see you next time out on the water. Just remember, fish smarter, not harder. Bye, guys.